Welcome to day 14, almost halfway through my 30-day challenge. As hard as it was to start it and keep it going, I can't believe that I'm only a couple of weeks away from finishing it. It's starting to become more and more enjoyable making these videos. For some reason I found myself just enjoying doing it, and I think the problem with a lot of us is that when it comes to accountability, and not only in golf but in life in general, when it comes to accountability and having a schedule or a plan, it's not that we don't want to work hard, it's just sometimes we don't know where to start and we don't know how to keep going. And I think that's the biggest kind of revelation for me. You know, when I used to project manage, because that was kind of I was a program manager in my past life in the previous job I was doing. And I remember the importance of planning the work and then working the plan. And my boss used to tell me this all the time, and I never understood the importance of it until there was something on the line. Until there was something, or there was a cost associated to either the wrong action or no action being taken. And I think for me personally, after losing my job, something I had worked so hard to obtain, a career that I was, really happy with, that I climbed the corporate ladder on, I was in a really good position financially, to now not knowing where my next bit of finance is going to come from, if I'm going to be able to save my house, with all the mortgage raises and things like that. These are all the things that I'm starting to realize now, is I need to have a plan, and I need to work that plan if I'm going to try to achieve what I want to achieve with not only my golf game, but from an entrepreneurial perspective. For anyone that's out there that is kind of a little lost or has some aspirations, maybe it's golf, maybe it's something else, the accountability and planning and that scheduling is something that I hope that you guys are taking away from this, because I think that's something we all struggle with at some point. Alright guys, I am out at a local field, and what I'm working on is I want to break the myth of not being able to practice just because we don't have access to the golf course. One of my favorite things to do when I was growing up was taking a club out to the local field, away from people, respecting that it's a public ground and things like that, and just working on my short game. So today I'm doing a game that is kind of a basketball game. It's called Around the World, and what you're going to need for this is just a
any ball that's a different color, what you're going to do is you're going to hit it out to a spot, and that looks like it's maybe 10 meters away from me here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just work on my chipping to that spot, and I want to get it within half a club length to where that ball is situated now. So this is just really cool way. Now this is obviously, you know, not traditional greens or anything like that, but it's just developing a lot of feel. Helps me get a lot of reps in. You can do this with like 5 balls, 10 balls, whatever you're comfortable with, and you try to aim to get, you know, 60-70% of that within the half a club length. Well, that's bad. The cool thing about practicing like this is it just develops that hand-eye feel for the game, that natural kind of seeing a target and then being able to measure that in your mind and then play an appropriate shot for it. Probably the one thing to be wary of is that you'll get a lot less run out, and the ball's not going to run much on this type of surface, so you kind of want to be careful with that going into the golf course. You take that into account. So maybe just working on actually flying it to a spot rather than getting it to roll out to a spot is what I'm thinking about here. That way I'm kind of, well, that was really good. That way at least when I get to the golf course I'm still focused on you know, thinking about where I want to try to land a ball rather than where I want it to kind of finish. That's a big change in the way I've been chipping is, oh, that was chunky, is where do I want to try to land this thing. So I'm going to pick a new spot here, and again I've kind of moved from that spot over there, so I'm going to go for a little bit, maybe a bit of a longer shot here, just a 3/4. Okay, it's a little bit longer there. I'm actually trying to get this little session done before the Nuggets play the Lakers. Oh, hit the ball. Hit the ball is a bonus point. So gamify this as much as you can is what I like to call it. You know, give yourself a point system or something you can kind of remember how you performed. Oh, that's got a lot of spin on it. I'm trying not to take any divots here. I'm just going to open the club face up. Try some different shots here. Oh, that's a tasty little chip. Okay, so that's going to happen from time to time on this type of grass. You're going to get a lot more grab because it's not traditional stuff you'd hit, but it is really good practice out of, there it is again. It's really good practice out of being able to do this out of the rough, and it will teach you how to stay down and through really well, and how to use your wrists, how to position your body. So if you're someone that struggles with getting to the range or just doesn't have somewhere to practice, give this a shot. That was no good. One last drill that I like to finish off on is I'll set up a club head really close to where I am or where my ball is. And what I'm trying to imitate here is being short-sighted on the green where you've got, you know, a lot of rough and then the pin's quite close and there's not much green to work with. So you almost put it, you know, maybe 8 yards, maybe 10 yards, not even that. And what you're trying to do is play a little flop shot. Very hard to do this and land it in or on or around that head cover. So stance wide open, target line straight at the head cover, club head wide open here, and you're getting into almost a bunker position. Ball definitely front of center. You're almost playing it off your front foot here, and then so I'm actually normally pretty good at this, but this is hard. It's very difficult to do. It's not bad. See now how far these are going? It's almost an impossible shot, but oh, there it is. one out of 5. I like that. Okay, it's gonna happen. And not bad, that'll test you out. 1 out of 5 ain't too bad.